Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another live chat with some toy news. Mattel has dropped some new MOTU Origins figures, and I wanted to sit and talk about that. And I suppose there's a bug in here. It's like really nice out, and all the bugs came out. And I opened up all my windows, and there's a bug. Sorry. You also might notice some noise in the background. The neighbors have a lot of family over. I believe they're doing a baby gender reveal party because I heard all the kids outside a minute ago, and then lots of commotion, and they popped the balloon. Everybody was like, "Yay!" And now they're not as loud, so I think they went back in to eat. So I think it's a gender reveal. Is that how those go? I don't know. If you've been to one, let me know. But I think that's what's going on. Anyway, back to Masters of the Universe. So I wanted to take a look at that. Actually, before I did that, I wanted to give you guys an update on my custom Masters of the Universe figure. So I've been working on a Panther for the CGI Netflix Masters of the Universe. The helmet's nowhere near done, obviously, but so we're painting him purple, and I think the paint job looks pretty. It looks pretty flocked. It's not. It is painted, but it's kind of got that flocked look, I think, going on with the color shading and everything. So that's looking pretty good. I replaced all the black parts of Battle Cat with bronze or copper, actually, and I got to go over it. There's some splotches and stuff still. And obviously I've got to touch things up. And then the green, this is a Christmas tree green. And then the final coats are going to be a metallic Christmas green for all the armor bits. And then his yellow claws are going to be copper, like the other copper bits. So yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. So when I get that done, I'll definitely do a video on that. So yeah, there is that. So let's take a look at, let's share the screen, and we're going to go to Masters of the Universe's Instagram page. Share screen. Here we go. Share. All right, so we've had new Origins heroes and one villain, and then we had Masterverse villains. Today we've got new Origins figures. They don't say villains. That's interesting. I'm surprised they didn't say Origins villains and a vehicle. I'm going to presume tomorrow, because they said they're going to be doing this all week. Tomorrow we'll probably have new Masterverse heroes. Is my guess. So yeah, so let's take a look at these new Origins characters here. So yeah, so here's the lineup. A lot of Evil Horde. So to go with the 2000X He-Man that we saw yesterday, we're getting a 2000X Skeletor, which is pretty cool. I kind of like that. And then we're getting, we got Snout Spout over here. That's a hero. We get Snout Spout. He was one of my favorites as a kid. And then Mantenna. Wow, they redesigned him. He's another favorite. Grizzlor, another fave of mine. I wonder if we'll get I think we did get didn't we get the black-faced version at the PowerCon? The one I had brown. He had a brown. He was all brown, the one I had as a kid. So this is fine for me. And then we get Leech up here. He was one of my favorites as a kid, so that's kind of cool to see him come back. And then we get I can't remember the name of this vehicle that spins around. Let's see here, almost looks like a spider to me. Skeletor vehicle spins. What was that thing called? The Rotor, yeah. Roton. Was it the Roton or the Rotor? Well, I think Roton. I don't know. I can't remember. I never had that as a kid. A friend of mine had that one, though. So I'm like, what adds to that? But let's take a look at these figures. All right, so first up, we've got Mantenna, and wow, he's drastically different. So I'm really surprised they went so different with this guy. It's cool. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I wonder if they're doing this so you can switch him up with Modulok. I bet we're going to get a Modulok figure. And the reason I say that is looking at the legs. So Mantenna in the She-Ra cartoon had, 4 legs, but the toy had 2 and 2 kind of put together, that he stood up with 2 legs. And then there was a switch on the back of his back. The back of his back is that's English, right? On his back, he had a switch that you could move up and down to get his eyeballs to pop up and down. This looks like you're just going to push the head downward to get the eyes to pop out. Interesting. That's interesting design. So I'm going to presume that means his head is not going to pop out. And I apologize. My allergies are going nuts today. It is very unusually warm and all the pollen is out today around here. So yeah, that's very interesting. And then he's got the armor. I like the Hordak armor. The Evil Horde armor looks good. He's got his kind of classic gargoyle crossbow weapon. But the reason I said Modulok earlier, look at these legs down here. They have their own joints up here at the hip. So I'm going to bet that this is a reuse of the Modulok parts, that they're going to adjust these. I almost wonder, let's see here, Modulok. Let's look at a picture of Modulok here. There'll be some slight retooling, I'm going to guess, on the legs. Let's see. All right, so let's bring this over. All right, so here's Modulok. Yeah, looking at this guy, I'm going to bet they'll probably reuse some kind of design there. That's the old one. Reuse some of his design to incorporate. I'm going to bet that's just, I'm going to bet they're going to add pieces back here to add on the Modulok. My guess, I might be wrong. I just don't see. MOTU is notorious for reusing parts. A lot of toy companies are. Hasbro does the same thing with Marvel Legends and Transformers. So when you look at this kind of stuff, you have to start thinking, okay, what can you retool this as? And I just see the bottom half as Modulok. But very cool to see a very heavy redesign of this character from the original 80s piece, for sure. There he is with his eyes inset. He looks a little more evil like this, I think, which is kind of cool. I like it. We get a boot swivel. That's nice. Hinges at the feet. Obviously, some joints up here. Looks like knee joints as well. So a lot of articulation on this guy. Very, very impressive. All right, so here we have the 2000 X Skeletor. Looks good. I like it. New armor bits for sure. I like the paint apps. Looks like the same Havoc staff to me. New head sculpt, obviously. I like that head sculpt. That looks cool. Oh, the armor up here has got black. That's nice. I like that. New power sword. He's got more of the 2000X style power sword. That's interesting. Been cool if that broke apart, because I believe his sword broke apart, right, in 2000X. Looks like the same feet as before, probably same body and all that. Why would you change that? Whoa, bad hair day. So here we got Grizzlor looking cool. Not much really changed from him. We basically saw him from PowerCon, except I'm pretty sure he had the black face, which was the rare version back in the 80s when he was out. I never had that one. This is the one I had, or this color scheme is the one I had. Always loved how he was fuzzy. And I like how they're keeping the soft goods on this. That's really, really cool. So if we get a Moss Man, hopefully he's still flocked like he was. But, I mean, we got the flocked Panther from Walmart, which I did not get. I didn't want to spend that money on that. But Yeah, I bet he will be a deluxe figure because he's got the soft goods. I bet he won't be the $15 figure. He'll be the $20, $25 figure. Watch. All right. Then we got Leech. Leech, right? That was his name, right? Leech. Masters of the Universe. Yeah, Leech. Okay. I don't know why I was second guessing his name. He was one of my favorites. So he's getting multiple heads. This is definitely going to be a deluxe figure, and he's got multiple hands. So that's cool. He's got a crossbow, which he didn't have in the original because he had the suction cups on the hands and the feet. But in She-Ra, he would take his hands and turn them into suction cups, right? So he's going to have interchangeable hands and the interchangeable head. So yeah, that was the head he came with as a toy because it had the suction cup on it as well. So he's got a head that doesn't have it. So this kind of reminds me of Classics a little bit because they did the same thing where he had kind of the wolfy type of head. I probably just go ahead and use that. So I like, they got the little pull-ups, suction cup pull-ups like back in the day. That's really cool to see this guy. Basically, it's going to be the same figure with articulation. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy to see that. Snout Spout. He was also known as Hose Nose. I think they called him that in both. I want to say in one episode he was called Snout Spout. One episode he was called Hose Nose. And there was some kind of story about the name, and I can't remember what it was. But he was one of my favorites. He, of course, you know, he was the heroic Eternian firefighter, I think is what he was. And he had the squirt gun. He was a squirt gun. He was the good guy squirt gun. He's the one that squirted water out his nose. Skeletor had the little dragon that hung on his back that squirted water. He was the bad guy squirt gun. I had both of those. But he looks pretty cool. Nose is sculpted there. It looks interesting. Very interesting. I mean, it looks like he's got his fire axe. And then he has an alternate head with the squirt gun. So that's cool. They kept that on there. So that's similar to what he looked like back in the day. Let's take a look here. Snout Spout 2. Yep, that's similar to what he looked like back in the day. The hose was a little less articulated. Let's see here. Yeah, it drooped a little bit more. Just a little bit more, not too much, I guess. Not too much, I guess. Yeah, I just remember it had a slight droop to it as a kid. So the new one, you know, it's maybe it'll wear down a little time. Yeah, it had like a little slight droop to it as a kid. So this is kind of super straight. But that's cool that they added that on there. Again, this will be another deluxe, so it'll be Leech and Snout Spout as the deluxe figures. That'll be cool. And then we've got is it Rotor or Roton? Guys, leave a comment down below. It looks like it's got multiple accessories. That's interesting. I don't remember it having that. Look, it's got these weird teeth over here. That's kind of funny. I remember them flying around. This always felt like their version of the Sky Sled to me. So that's kind of cool. Is that it? Is that the last? Yeah, that looks like the last one. So what does it look like on the? They don't have the other parts on there. So I wonder, I'm guessing this will probably be about $25, something like that, maybe 30. I can't remember how large these. They weren't that big, but I know the Sky Sled came with Adam, so they were able to price it up a little bit more. I don't know if they'll add another. It doesn't look like they're going to add another figure in here, but I'm going to guess this will be about the same price point as the Sky Sled. So that's kind of interesting. Very cool. Very cool. Very neat. So yeah, there it is. Our new Origins figures. So we're definitely getting a lot more Origins figures. I like how they're mixing some of the stuff up. We're getting some 2000X in there. We're getting some of the later days figures. Some more vehicles. That's very cool. I would like to see, hopefully, hey, Alex, what's going on, buddy? We're just talking about some Masters Universe getting ready to wrap up. Welcome to the live cast, the newscast here. I would like to see in the Origins line the movie figures. I'd like to see the 1987 Masters of the Universe characters. I'd like to see He-Man with the cape, the Dolph Lundgren He-Man. I'd like to see Skeletor in the black robes and in the gold armor. That would be amazing. And then was it Sorod, the lizard guy, Blade, who was the guy in the white fur with the blades. God, I can't think of his name. Leech Needs More Love. Yeah, I was talking about him. He was one of my favorites. He actually, looking at him, so he's going to be a deluxe figure, it looks like. So he'll have the kind of classics head, and he'll have hands, and then you'll be able to switch those out for suction cups and the suction cup head. So that's kind of cool. I definitely dig that. Oh, who was the guy from? Let's see. Masters of the Universe movie characters. Let's see here. Karg. That was his name, Karg. I'd like to see him in an Origins line. Beastman from the movie in the Origins line would be cool. Evil Lyn would be great to have all those characters. Tila, Duncan, Gwildor would be awesome in the Origins line. So they could do a whole run of those. I think they would sell well. They'd sell really, really well. So very cool that we're getting these. Very excited. Snout Spout looks cool. So we're going to have definitely the 2 deluxe figures here. Lots of retooling with Montana. Blade, yeah, Blade, the guy with the 2 swords. Yep. Karg, Blade, and Pig Boy, and somebody else. I think Sorod. The 87 characters made an appearance in the Revelation cartoon at Snake Mountain, which was cool. No, they're in Grayskull. Pig Boy would be fun too. If you don't know who Pig Boy is, he is the character that leads He-Man in with the chain at the end of the movie. That was a kid who won a contest. I think it was a Masters of the Universe contest where you got to send in your entry to win a spot in the movie, and that was him. Yep. Yes, Mercenary Foursome. Yes, it'd be fun. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So yeah, so we got the 2000X Skeletor. We got Montana heavy redesign. I think that's going to be a base for Modulok. We get Grizzlor, which we've already seen at PowerCon. This is going to be the retail, the regular brown-faced one versus the black-faced one. And then our 2 deluxe figures. And then was it Roton, vehicle. So yeah, definitely pretty darn cool. And that looks like all we got today for Masters of the Universe. Pretty fun stuff. I'm pretty excited to see some more Origin stuff, especially with the Masters of the WWE wrapping up, of which I posted a review of Andre the Giant. go check that out if you have not checked that out yet. I'll be posting a Cyberverse Cheetor review coming up soon. I've been putting up polls on what figures you guys would like to see reviewed next. So definitely check out my community page, vote on which figure you would like to see reviewed, and I'll definitely put that into the lineup for you guys. 2000 X Skeletor is the best Skeletor. Brian Dobson nailed it back then. Yeah, I agree. It was pretty cool. I hope we get a Disco Skeletor repaint. That Fire Flame Skeletor that they did in the 2000X line. I think that would be fantastic. They could also do the that Arctic Armor Heat 2000X He-Man too. That would be pretty cool. So, yeah, fun stuff. So there it is, guys. More Origins figures. I'm guessing we're going to see tomorrow new Masterverse Heroes, since we got Origins Heroes, we got Masterverse Villains. Now we got more Origins villains today. So I'm going to guess we're going to get Masterverse Heroes tomorrow. 2000X Snake Men would be cool too. Yeah. I would presume they'd do the original Snake. Well, they could do, when they do the Snake Men, do them from the original line and then give them the alternate heads for 2000X. You could do it that way. Make them deluxe figures like they're doing with Leech and Snout Spout. That would be pretty cool because that's kind of what they did with Leech and Snout Spout for sure. Yep, that would be pretty darn awesome. So there it is, guys. New Masters of the Universe figures revealed. Just wanted to pop on and do a quick look at it and chat with you guys live. Alex, it's always good to have you on, buddy. Totally appreciate it. Thanks for everybody else who was watching and jumping on board with me. Jump over to my Facebook page, join the conversations over there, upload pictures of your collections, add links to your videos. I would love to see that stuff. Feel free to do that. You can follow me on Instagram at Ultra Maximus Reviews or Twitter at Ultra__Maximus. And as always, look for more videos in the future.